morning. Good morning, guys. What is happening today? How we doing? Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, we're in Dallas. It's quiet here this morning, so I'm trying not to go too crazy. Got my dog dad mug here. Life is good. How are you guys? Pop in the chat. How you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? Good morning, Locke. Good to see you. Brad Birch, come on in. Welcome. Dave Howard says TGIF. Yeah, I can't blame you there. Yeah, Wendy is in here. I tried to get up and sneak out of the bedroom and try not to wake her up. We've been going hard in the paint, as she says. So, yeah, good morning, everybody. Catherine Thomas, Tim Kasperzak, nice to see you. Yeah, Kevin Hawthorne on YouTube. Good to see you here, brother. Roy Dahl, hey, up to a 7. Roy and I talked yesterday, and a few things worked out. Sometimes, guys, when you see somebody that's struggling, just give them a call, help them out, even if you don't have the answers. Just sometimes knowing someone else on the team is around to help you and wants to listen. Michael Moeller is here at 9. Good to see you. Victor Anthony, Juan Carlos Miguel. Cheers. The coffee is good. I got I'm into Bailey's Nespresso pretty hard here. This is number 2. The first time I used it, I got up early and she said, "How do you like the new coffee machine?" I said, "Those things are good. I've had 3 of them. What are we doing today?" George Ross is here. Good to see you, George. How are you doing? Yeah, we drove up from Houston yesterday and had our first Buc-ee's experience at the Buc-ee's huge gas station stops. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but those are an event. I made the mistake of standing in one place for a while and pretty much got run over a couple of times. People are moving in there all the time. It's like a department store gas stop. It's crazy. And you know what I noticed is everything's organized. Everything's super clean. And they must have what I'm going to talk about today, which is a standard. One of the standards I noticed in there was when you walked in, everybody that works there, if they see you, welcome to Buc-ee's, welcome in. Just that little thing told me I was in a different place, that things were going to be elevated. It was going to be a different experience than the one we had down the road at the place with bars on the glass just off the frontage road of the highway. When you got to go, you got to go. So good morning, Dave from Denver. How are you? Good to see you, brother. What is happening today? It is a Friday, guys. Friday, what, 5th, 6th, something like that. I don't know. 5th. Day 344, I believe. Sometimes I lose count. I have to do the math. Yeah, welcome to Studio B. Yin says she's already shared it, so I would challenge you guys, if you're on, flip over and do a quick post and say, hey, we're on right now. Join us. I'd love to see this thing. We hit 35 once a couple of times. That was fun. So anyway, Buc-ee's, home of the 1,400 calorie sandwich. Look at it this way, though, Dave. You're all done eating for the day. You got it taken care of. Right? Yeah, it takes care of every calorie you need for the day right there in one stop. It's like Walmart. QT had a baby. Yeah. Yeah, welcome, guys. Good to see you. It's been a great week. It's been a busy week. We started out, we had the 2-day takeoff event in Houston. We zipped up here yesterday, going back on Sunday, and we've got our ground school for all of our en route clients in the Rosenberg group, which is going to be awesome. And it's just our way of getting together quarterly with the community. And our focus is going to be leadership, which is why I've built out a 10-day series on contractor leadership. Okay, getting a little better at what we do. So Matt Moore, good to see you. Always glad when you could jump in. Matt's from New Hampshire. Zach Madrano, good to see you. I love that you and Juan have been jumping on since the Mid-South Pond retreat. So it's funny how getting together like that, you can kind of make a connection. Next thing you know, you're off and running, becoming part of someone's day, which is really cool. So guys, today I wanted to talk about standards, setting standards that actually stick. Because you can talk about a standard if you want. Well, my standard is this, my standard is that. But if you don't walk the walk, then it's really nothing but maybe a goal, right? Maybe a soft goal. So Bubba says, sorry, I'm late. Just got out of Buc-ee's. He sent me a text last night and said that he has a record of getting to 4 different Buc-ee's within 24 hours. So Maybe we'll start the hashtag Bucky's initiative here on the live. Great Friday to all. Richard Nordheim says, good to see you. Michael Moeller's here. Yeah, you guys that are doing outdoor water features and outdoor living and landscaping, hardscaping, good to see you in. It's good to have you here. And we've worked really hard to try to reach out to the pond building community, if you will. And it's good to see you in here. So 21 live. Awesome. Yeah, love it. Yeah, it is growing. So guys, what I've noticed is we get up over 20 pretty quickly. So share it out. Excuse me. Invite a friend. Bring somebody. If you don't want to share this on your page, just shoot it to somebody in a direct message and say, hey, check this out at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern. So guys have hit 3 Buckies in your account. Good morning, Peter Christensen. You must be in Texas by now. So yeah, good to see you guys. Hope you're having safe travels if you come into our ground school event for Monday and Tuesday. So it's going to be fun. Going to be next level. So some of the speakers that we have are going to be great, and I'm going to speak as well. So I'm working on getting my game together for that. Got some time today and tomorrow. We're hitting up Billy Bob's tonight. So probably get to embarrass Bailey a little bit. We get out on the dance floor and scoot around a little bit like I know what I'm doing. Let's see what happens. Hoping to get out of there without making anybody mad. I got my new swanky Texas hat. It's Bucky's swag though. See that tag on there? Yeah, huh? Bailey cracked up at us yesterday. We rolled in here like a billboard for Bucky's. We got the nuts. We got all the things, right? that you got to try. So, yeah. Only some of the speakers are great. Yeah, only some, Dave. It remains to be seen. We're gonna have fun. Yeah, we'll do a field trip to Bucky's during ground school. Yeah, that will be fun. Cool. Yeah. Well, hey, let's get after it, guys. I want to talk about standards, and I spent a lot of time working with Ben Newman on this, one of my coaches. And one of the things that he preaches is standard over feelings, right? And I wish I had worn I love my black T-shirt that says the standard. I should have brought it with me. You don't rise to the level of your goals, guys. You fall to the level of your standards. Okay. Most business owners, contractors especially, most of that frustration is caused by bad employees, difficult clients, unreliable subs, weak communication. All right. No, that's not true, right? It's not caused by those things. It's caused by unclear or unforced standards. Simple as that. And that comes top down, right? Oftentimes I'll hear Steve say something like the fish stinks from the head down, right? Low standards create chaos. High standards create clarity. People need to know what's going on and what you expect and what you want. All right. So today is all about raising, defining, communicating, and enforcing the standards that your business needs to grow. Okay. It's not just like, hey, we're going to kind of do this over here. You guys go over there and kind of figure this out, or hey, I'm going to take care of this. You take care of that. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Thought you were going to say a black shirt that said, what would Bubba do? Yeah. If you haven't got your hashtag WWBD shirt yet, let us know. I think Bubba's going to do another run of those. Maybe we can keep some in Maine, Bubba, and we can have some fun on the live and ship some out to people when I don't know, we'll have a contest or something. It'll be fun. So yeah, I always talk about back when I was a contractor years ago, which was last year. I used to get frustrated with people pretty quickly for showing things like showing up late. I was a stickler for being on time. If you're not early, early is on time is late kind of guy. I would get frustrated when people leave earlier. Nothing new after 2, no more after 4, right? People that would cut corners. I remember one of my guys that worked with me, Mark, would say, you might as well take that piece of trim off the wall. Bob's going to take it off when he gets here. He knew I had a standard. I would always say, that's not what we're selling. Doesn't mean we always achieved it, but it meant that we were trying. Okay. Maybe something like cutting corners, like not protecting the client's home, not taking care of dust control, ignoring details, rushing through the finishes because now it's at the end of the project and we got to get out of here. Right. Or how about sloppy communication? I would always blame them, but it really was my fault. Okay. The times that I got frustrated the most is when I had communicated the least. I assumed they should know. They should know that. Who wouldn't know that? Good morning, Dan. Welcome. Who wouldn't know that? I assumed common sense was common. Guess what? It wasn't. It's not. Okay. Once I got crystal clear about my standards, okay, back to those standards with action, my action, everything changed. Everything changed. It was like overnight. Okay. Because the standards, your standards, are the foundation for your leadership. Good morning, Dustin. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. The standards must be spoken, okay, not assumed. Make no assumptions with people, guys. It'll get you every time, okay? Never assume your team knows how you want it done. Oh, geez, they should have known that. Yeah, they should have if you told them. Okay. Real leaders define what quality means, what professional means, what clean means, what on time means, what finished means. Finished. I used to have a guy that would call me, yeah, we're 100% complete here. And I'd start to say something. He goes, yeah, we just gotta take care of these last few things. That's not 100% complete. Call me when you're 100% complete. Okay. It's not 100 except. Okay. Real leaders defined what client ready means. Is it ready to move into? Okay. If you don't define it, you can't expect it. Okay. Standards must be simple, clear, measurable. Weak standard, do better work. Strong standard, all floors are protected before work begins. Daily cleanup is done before anyone leaves. Boom, that's our standards. Here's another standard. We communicate schedule changes same day. We sign change orders same day. No one walks past a mess. If you see it, you own it. We'll deal with the rest later. Okay. Standards fail when they're vague, guys. They fail when they're emotional, inconsistent, and assumed. Well, I assumed you would know that, right? No, it doesn't happen that way. And they've got to be taught, okay? You have to teach, you have to show. It's just, you can't just tell, all right? You got to explain the why. This is why we do it this way. Demonstrate the expectation. I once dragged a trash can down over 2 flights of stairs because it was full 2 days in a row with the same stuff. I walked back in there the second day thinking, well, he's going to empty that. He wasn't going to empty it. So I showed him how to empty it. Boom, 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 down over the stairs, out to the dumpster. Come with me. This is the dumpster. This is how you dump the trash can, that kind of thing. So he didn't know, but it was my fault because I didn't tell him. Okay. You know, you gotta show them. You got to give examples. You can role play stuff, right? Check in regularly. All right. Repeat the message often. Reinforce. Show and tell, Dave says. Yeah. Right. Leadership can be repetition at times. Hey, some people don't get it on the first time through, or maybe they just need a tune-up on it, right? The standards only work if you enforce them. All right. Here's the tough truth. If you allow it once, you allow it permanently. That's the new standard, right? You allow a guy to come in 10 minutes late, don't say anything, you don't deal with it. That's the new standard. It's okay if we're 10 minutes late. Okay, most leadership problems come from tolerating lateness, sloppy work, unclear communication. How about this one? Tolerating disrespect or excuses. All right. That's where most leadership problems come from. And every time you let something slide, you teach the team that's the new standard. That's just the way it is. Okay. A standard unenforced is not a standard. It's simply a suggestion. Yeah, we kind of like to do it this way. Okay, well, if I feel like doing it that way, I will. But if not, I'm just going to do it however I think. It may sound weird, guys, but standards create freedom, not restriction. These aren't rules, okay? You know, a lot of people think that standards are going to feel controlling. It's wrong. Standards actually create freedom because everyone knows what to expect. That's the standard. This is what we do around here. Everyone knows the rules. The leader has to make fewer emotional decisions, less drama, less BS. Jobs run smoother. Communication improves. Conflict decreases. Chaos disappears when clarity shows up. Pretty cool, huh? So, and lastly on this stuff, guys, standards determine your reputation, okay? Clients don't talk about your price. They talk about how clean your site was, how respectful your crew was, how they showed up on time every day they were there, how well you communicated, whether you were seen, whether you showed up, whether you followed through, whether you did what you said you were going to do. Your standards are your brand. Simple as that. Raise them and your reputation rises. Lower them, business suffers. Simple as that. All right. Okay. As I always try to do is try to turn on a little reflection here for you guys. Ask yourselves a question. Okay, what standard in my business is currently too low? What needs to come up? When I do my talk on standards, I'm like, raise your standard. And I actually put my hands here every time and go like that. So creating that separation. Where is that separation? What needs to come up? Okay. What behavior are you tolerating that you know you shouldn't? What needs to change? What standard do I assume people know? Well, I would think you would know that, right? Anybody would know that. Maybe not. What standard do you assume people know, but you have failed to communicate? All right. Where do I personally violate the standard that I expect from others? Okay. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't have a standard and then not follow it and not adhere to it and not demonstrate it and not teach. Okay. So here's the challenge for you guys. Pick one. I always say this. Excuse me. Pick one standard to raise this week. I'm not trying to boil the ocean here, like I always say, right? How about maybe a new daily cleanup routine on the job site? How about just outlining the expectation of the day? Hey, this is where we think we can get to today, guys. What do you think? Okay, boom. We agree on it? Yes. That's called scope clarity. Okay. How about stop times? Yeah, we're gonna run till 4 today, right? Not 2:20 because we were missing a 2x4. Okay. How about maybe job site protection? How about just a weekly team check-in? Whatever you guys want to do. Pick one, communicate it clearly, and then enforce it. Dave says, I would bribe a guy with lunch if he could clean up the level where I didn't find anything that was missed. Yeah. Whatever you got to do, right? Sometimes as business owners, we tolerate more than we should because we have a fear of not being able to find someone to replace somebody. Okay. So it's the devil that we know. He does. Most things are pretty good, but keep working with them, Dave. Just say, hey, this is the level we want to get to. This is can I get your commitment on this? This is why it's important. Is when the homeowner, every time I don't clean up, that's the day the homeowner shows up. Damned if they don't, show right up. Okay. Guys, leadership is simply this: communicating the standard and living the standard. All right. Living the standard. When you raise the standard, everyone around you rises with you. Simple as that. Okay. So guys, find a place today where you can raise your standard. I challenge you that. All right. Post it in the chat. If this has been helpful, pop a fist pump in there. Bubba, throw a footprint. Roy, if you're on here, give me some of those ducks, whatever it is. Post them in the chat so I know you guys are listening. If you're watching it on the rewind, on the replay, whatever, later today, I know a lot of you guys do that. I appreciate you do that. You guys that watch and don't comment, I see you too. I know you're out there, so I appreciate you taking a look at this. Share it out. I'd love to get 10 shares today on this. We're in Dallas. We'll be here a couple of more days, and then we're going to head back down to Houston. It's going to be fun. Bubba says, don't tell me what to do. Yeah. Bubba was in law enforcement, so he's used to, bucking the system, that authority thing gets him every time. Bubba, I want you to do it right now. Watch me. I won't. Yeah. Dan says he's driving. That's okay. Share it out when you stop. Victor, I always appreciate you sharing it. And Zach, Tim, I know you share it. Roy, all you guys that are giving me a fist pump and the emojis, I appreciate you guys. And oddly enough, you guys are all the ones that share it all the time. So thank you. Appreciate you being the core here and help move this thing along. Good morning, Matthew Padron. Didn't know you were here. Thank you, sir. Hey, what is it, like day 32 or 4 for you on your challenge? Just doing your thing every single day. So good for you, man. Mad respect. That's awesome. Michael Moeller, thank you. Share it out. Appreciate it. Carlos in Arizona is here on YouTube. You guys, other guys on YouTube that are here watching, I appreciate you. This is starting to get out to more people all the time, and we're having fun. Guys, I do have a YouTube channel where all of these live, so we'll put the link in for that. Hop over there and hit a subscribe. I'm just about to tick over 300 subscribers, which is pretty cool. Only took 12 years. we have a good time. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day today. Have a great weekend, but carve out a few minutes to work on next week and what your week looks like, and maybe think about what's a standard that you could put in place or enforce. Um, so Carlos, no, I'm not military. I probably should have been. I think it would have been very good for me. Had I been military, I almost went in the Army. Would have ended up in Operation Desert Shield and then Desert Storm, like my friend Dave did. He may or not be on here, but proud of him for his service and the rest of you guys that serve. So, uh, Dave, I'll put the link in right after. Okay, Wendy, if you have the YouTube link, if you can post it in there, that would be great. It's I think it's I don't know if it's under Bootstrap Bob Turner, but a guy called me Bootstrap once. He said, "Bob Turner, I'm going to call you Bootstrap." It came from that Pirates of the Caribbean movie or whatever. I don't know if Johnny Depp was in there or whatever, but so he called me Bootstrap. So I put that in there as the title. But anyway, that's where all those live. And we'll put the link in so you guys can hit it up, shoot me a subscribe and all that stuff. So if there's any way I can help you guys out with your social media or anything like that, posting, sharing, following, please, when you jump on here, if you have a business, don't hesitate to share the link. Okay, I want to help all you guys. Check out the links that we do share. Tyler Kirk's on here often. Tyler's been meeting with a lot of guys that need help with their digital footprint, if you will, their website, their marketing, just the imprint that they're kind of making out there and making sure that it's tight. And like I always say, one of the things I like about Tyler, he looks at it from a 30,000 foot view, thinking about where you're actually going with this thing. So check out the ticker on the bottom of the screen, and that's for Wendy's Etsy store, and she is creating T-shirts. And the movement is called Love and Spreading Love and Kindness. The business is Love and Kindness Threads. So she creates these T-shirts with unique messages on them, and they're as much for the person wearing the T-shirt as they are for the person reading it. So anyway, guys, have a great day. Do something impactful this weekend. Help someone out. Do your thing. Okay. Raise the standard. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Let me see in my notes. Let me bring my notes back up and see what we got tomorrow for a. I don't know if I've got it on here outlined. I don't have tomorrow outlined. So I know it goes along with this. Usually I put a little blurb on this so I can say what tomorrow's about. But anyway, we'll keep going on getting better as a contractor, improving your leadership as a contractor. And guys, if you want to come to our ground school next week in Houston, DM me. I'd love to chat with you about it. So, all right, guys, there's the YouTube channel link right there, Dave. It's right on the screen right now, and check it out. Maybe you will be our 300th follower. Bill Gustafson, thanks for coming on today, and thanks for sharing this out right after this. I appreciate you. Chris Ty, I like the hat. Had to have it, buddy. Had to have it. Check it out. It's my Buc-ee's one, too. I got a little Buc-ee's label on inside. Says Buc-ee's all over it. Bailey said, "You guys are too much." You got to have some Buc-ee's swag, you know? So anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Love y'all. If you need me, reach out. Love to help you in any way that I can. Appreciate all you guys that jump on here, even more so when you share it out. It really helps. So, all right, guys, have a great day. Have a great Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'm kind of a Texan. Yeah, Chris. All right, later. See you.